Hi everybody, welcome to Sandy's Art. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. And I'm here to show you what I made this week with the help of Pam at the Paper Post. She gave me an idea of making a journal out of your scraps and an envelope. So I think she calls it the envelope junk journal or something. Which I thought was a really cool idea, so I went with it this week and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to show you guys what I made, and I'll give you little bits of details along the way. I'm going to try to keep this short, but you know, when you're talking junk journal to me, you never know. I can just go on and on and on. So without further ado, here is my cover. This is an actual envelope that was mailed to me from New Zealand. It was something I bought on Etsy, and I think that the envelope was so cool and the stamps were so cool from New Zealand, so I figured I would make it into a journal. So it was the perfect size. Here's the back, and this is the bottom of the envelope and the top of the envelope. So on the cover here, I just put some scrap, not doilies, but just some things I played around with, and I coffee dyed. These were just maybe just some ribbons I had lying around that I played with. So this whole journal smells like coffee and I love it. So I just glued it on top with the fabric glue that glues everything. This is what I used. It glues paper to paper, paper to fabric, fabric to fabric, and so on and so on. So it's just a really, you know, like a gummy glue, and it won't, it adheres really well, so I recommend it. So I just put some flowers here and just a butterfly, more flowers, and I did stamping over here. Just to give it a good, you know, worn look, I guess. Over here I just tied some scraps of my sewing, and it's just a green silk. And in the back, again, more scraps from my sewing. I just glued this entire fabric to the back because I really like the fabric. Okay, the sunshine is doing some weird things right now, so it may look weird because there are clouds and it keeps coming out, and so now I don't know if it's too dark, but let me do a close-up for you guys. And that's my bottom, and this is how thick it came out. I put a lot of my scraps in it, a lot of my junk, and this is how it stands, which is great. It's just a nice size. Okay, so I just used all my scraps for this, you guys, just all scraps, paper, fabric scraps, just a bunch of scraps. So over here I just put some keepsakes for myself. It's just little love letters for my son, my dear son, and some things I want to cherish forever. He drew a chicken and I thought it came out awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna save that forever. I don't even know what this says, but it's a little note from him to me, and I want to keep it dear to my heart, so it's gonna go right in here. Alright, there it goes. Again, this is just some fabric scraps I had lying around. I play with a lot of stamps and a lot of, you know, making little embellishments and things like that. So this is just a little envelope that I did right here, and I sewed it on the fabric. I was feeling super adventurous this week. That's the first page. Again, this is just scraps. I'm going to leave some journaling space here for me. This is something I did. I wrote something in there, and I just stapled this little piece of trim over there. Again, this is just scraps, and more scraps. Nothing too fancy, just a pile of my junk that was lying around. Again, I stapled, I stamped a little angel there in some of the fabric, and that's really fun. I had fun playing with that too. So this was just a bunch of paper that I thought was ugly that I had lying around, and I was like, let me just throw it in a journal and see what comes out. So I did some stamping here, some stenciling. Again, just playing with a lot of the Tim Holtz distressed inks with the dauber. That's super fun. You just do it on the edge of every little single paper and everything just looks worn. Again, this is just scraps, silk scrap. This is a napkin that I glued on here. This is more fabric. This is more trim on more fabric and some stenciling here. Again, more scraps and tags I had lying around that I didn't use. And this would be a good journaling area that I left. I did some journaling here already because I couldn't resist. I just had to write. You know how that feels. So yeah, I get that feeling every once in a while. So on the paper it goes. I just wrote a little note to myself, and I did a lot more of the daubing with the distressed inks. This is something fun that I did. I did a little flappy thing here, and I made this card with the silk I had lying around, and then I just did the edges to give it that old world feel, and I just glued that on there and it became a pocket. This is a page of a book that I got from a flea market. I just did pink around the edges, and I did some stamping, and I covered all that ugly paper behind, which is awesome. This is another cute little envelope I made with the help of Pam at the Paper Post. Isn't that cute? And it just like flaps in there. Oops. And it's adorable. And I love it. So here it went. Again, just scrap paper and some trim. Didn't do much there. This is an envelope that came with one of my scrapbook paper pads. Again, this is just fabric that I glued here. I did some journaling there. This is a drawing I made years and years and years ago, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought I'd put it right in the middle. So here's my center, and you can see the whole thing. So there, I can leave that there forever and ever. Again, what did I do here? Just a scrap of fabric, more paper. I made this tag. Isn't that cute? Yeah, this came out of the scrapbook paper pad too. I distressed the edges of that little thing, and it says sharing your story. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, can't stand it. Okay, here is an old book page. I did stamping over it, just some fabric scraps and paper scrap that I paper clipped here. Nothing too fancy. I just did it without thinking a lot about it, because when you think a lot about it, you don't produce as much. So I just really tried hard at letting myself go and just going with the flow. I did that as well. This is 2 tags here and some fabric in the back, and then I covered as much of this ugly paper as possible. This is fabric and some ribbon. This is a kissing envelope that I made, and it opens up, and I have to put something in there, maybe some journaling, but I don't know if you guys can see. Again, the sun is doing some weird things right now. Now it's dark again. Over here I just have scrap fabric, tags I had lying around. I did some stamping over it and some more tags that I glued. Nothing too special, just getting a lot done. This is an old book page that I did a flap here, another kissing envelope, and then I put a butterfly and a little quote there, and I wrote something for myself here, do something nice every day. And over here I used the what are these called, liquid pearls. You see, liquid pearls. I bought these today and they look like actual pearls when you put it on the paper. You just dot them in. I think you can see, yeah. And it looks like real metal, which is super cool. I love this. Came out super shabby chic-y. Okay, I'm trying to just say a lot right now. Okay, so this is another tag I made. It just distressed the edges. And I did a paper hole punch and just some scrap fabric. And this is a pocket I made out of an old book page. And I just stapled that here. This is a stencil that I have. Again, I just glued a little butterfly there. And then some stamping here and more embellishments there. This I didn't do anything to it yet. So work in progress. Oh, this is, I got this today. This is a collage paper thing from Tim Holtz. It's like tissue paper. It comes in a roll and it's really thin and kind of fragile, but it's perfect for decoupage, which is how I glued it on there. Oop, there it goes. I love how that came out. And then I just did some of my scrap paper at the bottom, nothing too special. This, I have to still find a place to put it. And then some stamping and stenciling. I just leave a little room behind so I can do some journaling later. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of glue and tying and punching holes. This is just another card that came with the whole scrapbook thing. This is a picture I had lying around that I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it on the junk journal and I distressed the edges. And I left some room there for journaling. This is a painting I did a while ago. Again, I just had it lying around and I just wanted a home for it, so there it went. Same thing with this picture. I distressed the edges to give it that old world aged look. And that wraps it up. This is my last page. I have to do something here and here, which I haven't done yet, but I will. So yeah, this is my envelope junk journal. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got some ideas of how you can use your scraps and just create, right? That's what we do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to see you posting your very own envelope journals too. Show me what you make. Let me know what you think. And tune in next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.